So, I've heard so many times people saying like society has set unrealistic standards for this and this. Society has made it so that you cannot do this and this and this. And the question I usually ask people is, who is this metaphorical society that you're talking about? Right? I'm sure even you've had that question before in your mind. But let me tell you what actually happened. You were born in a society and you were brought up a certain way, so when you're growing up you actually just followed the path of least resistance. Like everyone was walking in this direction, the path has already been laid out, everyone is walking it, and you just started walking along with everyone else mindlessly, just walking. And then you got to a point where it actually stopped making sense. You're not getting the same results as everybody else, because the law of average states that there are some people who succeed and others will not. So when you got to that point, you actually realize that the path is there's no definite end or result to the path that you're walking, right? So now what is you're supposed to do when you get to that point is turn back and find another alternative path to take you to where you want to go, right? That's actually one of the reasons I'm a Christian. It's because like society's way was not working, so I had to find a way that actually works and gives results and is not obedient to the law of averages. Sour. So this is what usually happens. You have gotten yourself to that point. You're like, oh, society expects me to not get pregnant out of wedlock, but the reality is you messed up and you got pregnant, and you want to excuse that. Sawa sawa. So, what you're supposed to be doing from that point on, after you've realized that this path I'm walking is not working, is as I have said, turn back or sit down and find another way and then start walking it. So, when you start walking against what you've already, like what you've learned and you're used to for so long, it's become you, right? So when you start walking against that, like it's your mindset, it's a stronghold you're living in, it's the environment you've created and curated around yourself to support everything that you are. When you start walking and doing things contrary to that, that friction between the person you're trying to become and the person you already are, that friction is what causes that frustration, and people start saying society made me. No, society has not made you. You are just trying to be someone better than you are this day, and that friction between the person you're trying to becoming and the person you are, that friction is what is causing the frustration. But the good thing is, after a while, if you keep pushing the person that you are becoming, he or she becomes so big that slowly this one starves and dies. And then now the person you are trying to become is the new you. And that is actually the you that operates. And slowly and surely you'll realize now that the path you've walked, it has gotten you to the point where you actually like who you are. That's why in Romans 12:1 it says that I urge you, brethren, to surrender yourself a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service. You see, this is the base level of entering into Christianity, right? So that verse 2 says that you may be transformed by the renewing of your mind to discover that which is the good. Now you started walking. The acceptable, you've taken another step higher, and the perfect will of God. Now this person who experiences the perfect will of God in your life, one of the things that the Bible says is he cannot die and he cannot sin. So you've actually attained perfection in God, in whichever area of your life you're trying to grow in. Sawa sawa. So society has not made you do anything. It's just the conditioning and the situation that you're in. You can change it, you can make it better, but it has to begin with you deciding that you want things to be better. Bye.